everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katie and I'm the Organic Esthetician. If you're new to the channel, I'm a licensed esthetician with a focus on anti-aging and clean beauty. I do a lot of device tutorials. Using modality at home is a great way to enhance the results of your everyday skincare routine. If any of that interests you, make sure you subscribe. Okay, so today's video is all about radio frequency and collagen stimulation. It's sponsored by Nebulyft. They were generous to send over one of their Nebulyft R1 devices. So I've done a few other videos in the past on other at-home radio frequency devices, but this one is a little unique. So we're going to talk about what makes the Nebulyft different from other at-home radio frequency devices. We'll get into what radio frequency actually does, in addition to talking about other ways of supporting the skin and its collagen production. So if you're new to radio frequency, also known as RF, it's an electrical modality that uses low-level radio waves in a completely safe way to create deep penetrating heat that penetrates into the dermis, stimulating collagen. It's actually incredibly comfortable and safe to do at home, and it's a great way of stimulating collagen. Now, as we age, our ability to produce collagen depletes fairly rapidly. After the age of 30, we lose 1% of collagen each year. So if you're in your 60s, you're working with a 30% depletion of the collagen that you once had. Finding ways to increase collagen can be really helpful as we age to help us age gracefully. The aging process is multifaceted. A lot of different things happen as we age, and a lot of different things can contribute to that. So let's talk about 3 different things that are going on in the tissues and structures of the skin as we age. So we'll start from the bottom and work our way up. So the first one is our bones. And I don't think people talk about this enough, but as we age, our bones start to sag. So when bones start to shift in the face, it can elongate the face. It reduces that kind of internal structure that's holding up our skin and our collagen. And it can really start to shift and cause you to look different as you get older. So a great way of addressing bone sagging is postural correction. So that's tongue posture and neck posture. And I'll be making a video dedicated just to this in the future because we really don't talk about this enough. And there are easy things that you can do at home to address this shifting of the bones. Next are our muscles. So we get muscle laxity, usually through the cheek region of the face. And we'll get muscle contraction, lots of tightness through the forehead, around the eyes, and the mouth. So laxity will cause a droop, and that contraction creates adhesions that pull on the skin and create line depth. A great way to address the muscle and how it shifts and changes as we age is microcurrent. And I have tons of videos on microcurrent and specifically the Nebulyft devices, which are some of my favorite, that you can check out if that's one of your major skin concerns. Lastly, there's laxity in the skin, and that's caused by a depletion of collagen and elastin. Collagen is what gives you that internal framework. It leaves your skin kind of plump and juicy. It helps firm the skin. It really gives the skin its shape. And elasticity is what makes it pliable and springy and can bounce back to shape after it's stretched. Using radio frequency or LED light therapy are 2 great ways out of addressing this sagging of the skin itself. So if you're someone who has skin laxity, if you're starting to see less fullness in your face and also seeing fine lines and wrinkles, a great way to address those specific aging concerns is with radio frequency. And that's what we're going to target in today's video. The Nebulyft uses a technology called RF MEMS, which stands for Radio Frequency Micro Electromechanical System. It's a mouthful. Essentially, it is multipolar radio frequency. In one of my other videos, I talk about the difference between monopolar, bipolar, and multipolar radio frequency. Multipolar radio frequency is what you want when you're using at-home radio frequency devices. This allows for even distribution of heat and prevents overheating the skin. Before we get a little farther into this, I just want to say that because this is an electrical modality, there are contraindications. I'll list all the contraindications down below, but keep in mind if you have metal or implants, silicone implants or otherwise, you're not going to want to use a heat-based technology over the top of those areas. One of the things that's unique about the Nebulyft is that it has these intelligent sensors. So here you can see there's 256 RF microdots on the head of the device. And this creates even distribution, but in addition to the even distribution of the heat, there are these sensors that gauge what temperature it's putting out, what temperature the skin is at, and then it adjusts its treatment accordingly to ensure that it never gets hotter than 107.6 degrees, which is the optimal temperature for stimulating collagen in the skin. I would say that compared to a lot of the other radio frequency devices that I've tried, this is much less hot. There's less of a chance of burning yourself. I actually don't think that it's possible to burn yourself with the Nebulyft because of the sensors that it has, which makes it very user-friendly for at home. I also find that the shape of the device and the weight of it makes it a very easy treatment to do. It's lightweight, the head is quite large, it's smooth, so there's no discomfort when you're working over bonier areas of the face, and you can use it all over. When you're using an electrical device, almost always you have to use it in conjunction with a conductivity gel or some sort of slip. Some of the other radio frequency devices out there, I find, have very icky gels. They are not my favorite. I've made videos about their devices and have been very clear with everyone how I feel about the gels because a lot of times I absolutely hate them. I will say that out of all of the radio frequency gels that I have used, I enjoy Nebulyft's the most. They're also the cleanest options on the market. However, there are some reformulations, and we're going to talk about that really quickly. But I do very much enjoy these gels. Whatever radio frequency device that you're using, it's worth looking into the Nebulyft gel. I'll show you my unboxing, but in your box from Nebulyft, you'll get 2 of these tubes with your Nebulyft R1 device. So they sent over 2 different containers that actually have 2 different formulations despite being called the same thing. Now, while there is phenoxyethanol in this guy, butylene glycol and PEGs in this one, if I had to choose, I would go this guy, personal preference. I would say that despite those ingredients, these are still the cleanest gels that I've seen on the market for radio frequency. So just things to keep in mind. This is a really nice size of gel, and if you are someone who is doing a lot of radio frequency at home, I would recommend investing in this big pump. A question that comes up frequently when we're talking about radio frequency and heat-related modality is whether or not you can lose facial fat from doing a treatment. And the answer is no, you will not. So radio frequency, and specifically with the Nebulyft, we are only penetrating 2 to 3 millimeters into the dermis. The subcutaneous adipose layer is much deeper. You would need a different type of radio frequency to actually dissolve fat. Monopolar radio frequency, which is used most often on the body and in a more clinical setting, is ideal for dissolving fat. So you never have to worry about dissolving fat, which we want to keep all the fat in our face if we can as we age, and hopefully keep it where it is, right? Because as we age, our fat pads shift and slip and work their way down and collect under here. Not ideal. So you never have to worry about anything happening to the fat in your face when you're using the Nebulyft. Another question that comes up is pigmentation. Now with melasma, which is hormonally induced pigmentation, sometimes heat can trigger pigment. Because the Nebulyft doesn't get as hot as some of the other at-home radiofrequency machines on the market, I would recommend doing the Nebulyft over those other treatments if you're someone with melasma that wants to include radiofrequency in your skincare routine. Another fun thing about the Nebulyft is that there are no contraindications for darker skin tones or higher Fitzpatrick ratings. So that means all skin tones can use the Nebulyft as long as you're not contraindicated from that list down below. So while Nebulyft doesn't have clinical studies, they do have consumer studies. So they tracked users over a 4-week period of daily use, and 96% reported dramatic results. 85% saw improvement in skin texture, 73% saw improvement in more than one area of the face, and 69% saw a reduction in fine lines and wrinkles. I think those are pretty solid results. So again, if you're interested in increasing the firmness of your skin, improving tone and texture, and possibly minimizing fine lines and wrinkles, then I highly recommend checking out the Nebulyft R1 device. They also offer a 28-day money-back guarantee, which I think is really wonderful because it gives you essentially a month's worth of use to see if you like it, if it's easy for you to integrate into your routine, and to start seeing some results. Now remember, it will take a little bit longer to see those long-term results in the skin, but they are coming. The Nebulyft retails for $3.99, but right now they're doing a flash deal from July 25th to July 31st of 2022, and they're offering 20% off of the Nebulyft R1 and gifting a free 50 milliliter soothing gel. And if you are just looking to reorder the gel, they're offering 30% off of the gels. And I'll have my link down below so you can shop the deal. Okay, so how do you incorporate this into your daily skincare routine? It's super easy. So a treatment is only 10 minutes. So you can turn on your device and then you're gonna click this button to increase the intensity to your desired level. I always go all the way up, especially because this device does not get very hot, but always try it on a lower setting first just to be safe. After 2 minutes, it's going to vibrate and beep, telling you to move to the next treatment area. When you're doing these treatments, you're going to break your face up into treatment areas and spend 2 minutes per section. Now, Nebulyft has a guide in their manual that starts at the forehead, one cheek, second cheek, mouth area, under the chin, and then the neck, which is actually 6 treatment areas. Feel free to follow their guide. What you would do is your device will automatically turn off after 10 minutes. And so if you want to then do that 6th zone, simply turn your device back on. And when it vibrates and beeps after 2 minutes, you can complete your treatment and turn off your device. Now, if you have areas of concern, I would spend more time there and target those areas. So for me, my target area with radiofrequency is the lower portion of my face. I also like to work the cheek area so that I have some nice plumping and lift through here. When I do my treatments, I break the cheek up into 2 sections. Because my neck is less of a concern for me right now, I probably should spend a little more time addressing my neck, but that's a different topic. Because of that, I break my cheek up into 2 sections and I skip the neck. I'm going to show you what that looks like using my device. So I start along the jawline and I work from the chin to the ear and then underneath the jaw as well. So I hit above and below the jaw in my first section. Then I work my way up onto the cheek area. And in doing so, I kind of cover my upper lip and nasolabial fold along with my under eye and any crow's feet or that kind of corner of the eye area. I repeat that on the opposite side, lower jaw, then upper cheek. And then I finish with my forehead. What's nice about the shape of the device is that you're able to really work those 11 lines, which aren't quite as big of a concern for myself right now. But what I see is that above my eyebrows, because I'm very expressive, I get these horizontal lines above my eyebrows. So I like focusing there. So those are the treatment areas that I personally do when I use my Nebulyft. Another thing that I do when I'm doing my treatment is I might do a circular motion in one section to kind of target that area. But the majority of my movements during my treatment, I'm gliding from the center of my face out at a slight angle to give a little bit of lift. So imagine getting the benefits of gua sha or facial massage while you're doing radiofrequency. So I find that you actually get a little bit of contouring as well. All of these things contribute to the instant result that you see after a single treatment. So I'll show you my pictures from before and immediately after today's Nebulyft treatment. It's subtle, but you can see an instant firming in the skin. Now, all of these treatments are cumulative. When you're working with collagen stimulation, it is a long game. You're going to put in a lot of work in the beginning to see results later. So you'll start seeing results after about a month, but you'll really kind of see your peak results at month 3. The Nebulyft is safe to use on a daily basis, so that's 10 minutes a day. And I have to be honest, I get busy. I'm seeing clients, I'm traveling, doing education, I'm doing trade shows, we had vacation. I got very sick this month. Oh my goodness. I had the flu, which was worse than anything I've ever imagined. It was the most sick I've been in my adult life. So I missed quite a lot of treatments during my 1 month of using the Nebulyft. That being said, I am quite pleased with my before and afters. So I probably used my device 3 to 4 times a week for the first month. Ideally, again, you'd want to be doing this once a day. Here are my results almost 1 month apart. My before picture was taken on June 25th, and my after pictures were taken on July 24th. And what I notice the most from these pictures, obviously the lighting is a little different, but look at my jawline. Pleasantly surprised with the contouring that I see. I also see some fullness and like more sculpting through the cheek area and just kind of like a different shape of my face in a pleasant way. And again, I really find that these treatments are easy and comfortable, and when I have time, fairly easy to incorporate into my daily routine. All right, so incorporating radiofrequency into your routine, how do you do it? So I'll share what I do. I find that I have more time in the evening, so I incorporate radiofrequency at night. I always start by cleansing my skin, but I like to position my treatment in the middle of my double cleanse. So I start with my oil-based cleanse or creamy cleanser. Here I'm using Lucerne Labs Cleansing Creme, and then perform my radiofrequency treatment. When I've finished with my treatment, to remove my gel, I'm going to use a water-based cleanser, or my second cleanse, using Lucerne Labs Cleansing Gelée, which is an incredibly hydrating gel cleanser that doesn't strip the skin. Then I'll finish with the toner. At night, I'll use a hydrating serum and an anti-aging serum. These are also both from Lucerne Labs. The Firming Collagen Booster from Lucerne Labs is a fantastic nighttime serum to protect and increase collagen in the skin. I'll apply an eye cream and then finish with my moisturizer. Here I'm using Lucerne Labs Force to V Creme Intensive. And then in the evenings, I've been locking all of that in, essentially slugging, with the Anfisa Lilu Hydro Balm, which I am totally obsessed with and just brought in to the OE shop. And I'll use this to lock in all of the hydration and all of those products that I just applied to my skin at night while I sleep. Now, alternatively, during the day, I would swap out my serum for a vitamin C serum like Lucerne Labs V15, which is 15% L-ascorbic acid. And then instead of the Lilu, I would finish my routine with a sunscreen. And I've been loving and am fairly obsessed with the new Fortune Teller from Solara Sun Care, which is a vitamin C-based brightening SPF serum. So I feel like that is a wonderful segue into talking about other things that you can be doing to help protect and promote your collagen. Okay, so we know that as we age, our collagen breaks down. We're losing 1% every year. But what's causing that? So aside from intrinsic aging, which is just your natural aging process, so the extrinsic aging factors, which are things outside of the natural aging process that cause collagen to break down. Now, the number one thing that destroys collagen is sun exposure. So you need to make sure that you are wearing sunscreen every single day. And ideally, you're pairing your SPF with antioxidant protection. So layering antioxidant serums underneath, and ideally using an SPF with antioxidants in the formulation. The next biggest thing that breaks down collagen is lifestyle. Smoking is a huge contributor to the breaking down of collagen. So if you smoke, even if you are juuling, you need to stop right now if you can. Now, the other thing that really contributes to collagen breaking down is sugar. Now, this could be in the form of sweets. I have a wild gummy bear addiction. It's a new thing. I don't know what happened, but Trader Joe's makes organic gummy bears, and I can easily sit down and polish off the packet at night. And I might do that a couple nights a week. Something I'm working on. But that type of sugar isn't the only sugar that can break down collagen. Alcohol is sugar, and that can contribute to collagen breaking down. And so can carbohydrates, because they turn into sugars in the body, and then those sugars attack collagen. Now, this process is called glycation, and glycation over time can create a very specific type of wrinkle in the skin. We call it glycated skin, and it's a cross-hatching that happens. And doing things like radiofrequency can help reverse some of that glycation. We're going to try to limit our sugar intake. And then, in addition to wearing SPF, antioxidants, right? And the best form of antioxidant protection for collagen stimulation is vitamin C, both internally and topically. So vitamin C is an antioxidant. It gives UV protection. So it's helping prevent the damage before it happens. It's going to prevent free radical damage in the skin, and it triggers collagen synthesis. So we're actually producing more of it. So using a vitamin C serum is a great way of incorporating this ingredient topically. Again, I am totally obsessed with the new Fortune Teller from Solara. It's such a great sunscreen, and I do really feel like I've gotten some instant brightening from it. And then you can ingest vitamin C. And the best way to ingest vitamin C is in a liposomal form, because liposomally encapsulated ingredients are just better and more optimal delivery system, ensuring that you're actually getting all the benefits of your vitamin C. I am currently obsessed with R1's liquid liposomal vitamin C. It's citrus vanilla. It's delicious. And you just tear open a pack and shoot it. I actually found who private labels for R1, and I'm going to be bringing in their vitamin C to the shop really soon. Very excited about it. All right, everyone, thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, make sure you leave them in the comments down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, make sure you subscribe. Oh, and if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And thank you, Nebulyft, for sponsoring today's video. Really quick, in other OE news, this is the new studio. I am officially open and seeing clients in the Napa Valley. So if you live in the Bay Area or are coming to the Napa Valley to visit, maybe doing some wine tasting, make sure you book a facial. You can request a facial online at theorganicesthetician.com, and I'll put the link down below. All right, everyone, thank you so much, and I'll see you all really soon. Bye.